Hello everyone, my name is Nandana. Along with Shri Anjani will be the anchors for today. Good evening, students, teachers, parents, our esteemed judges, and viewers joining us on YouTube. Welcome to the much anticipated Vyasa's first edition of the Budding Technologist competition. Building upon the tremendous success of our STEM program, where we were honored to have teachers from our schools and mentors from How and Why. Today marks another exceptional chapter in our journey of innovation and excellence. Before we commence, let's begin with a heartfelt prayer that sets the tone for this remarkable event. Let me invite Gopika for the prayer.
या कुन्दीन्दु तुषार हारथवळा या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरथण्टमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करा प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेषजाड्यापहा शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचार सार परमा आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनी वीणा पुस्तकधारिणी अभयता जाड्याण्डकरापहा हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिक विदधति पद्मासने संस्थिता वन्दे तां परमेश्वरी भगवती बुद्धिप्रदां शारदा.
Once again, Namaste everyone. This is Vyasa's How and Why Budding Technologist competition, and we are thrilled to have you all here. This extraordinary event is the culmination of a year-long STEM education program, a collaborative venture between Vyasa Vidyapeetham and How and Why together. We have dedicated ourselves to nurturing the exceptional talents and ingenuity of our students. This year, we have focused on the theme of research. Our students have worked in teams on various tech topics, and 8 teams have been selected to present their projects in the finals. This event will showcase their hard work, creativity, and collaboration. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the incredible STEM program with a glimpse through this video.
I hope that it gave you a good glimpse into the amazing work our students have been doing. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our management, principal, school coordinators, our dedicated teachers, and the invaluable mentors from How and Why for providing this incredible opportunity for our budding technologists. Today, we have the privilege of witnessing the sheer brilliance and unwavering commitment of these aspiring young technologists as they present their groundbreaking project to our esteemed panel of judges, as they grace us with the expertise and experience and set to evaluate and comment these ingenious ideas. Prepare to be amazed and inspired as these budding technologists demonstrate their creativity, problem solving skill, and technological prowess. Let's join together in offering a resounding round of applause to all our participants and wish them the very best for their presentation today.
Now, it's with great pleasure that I invite our distinguished judges to join us. First of all, Ms. Gayatri Manikuti ma'am, a researcher and professor from Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham. She is an inspiring STEM ambassador in India and has nurtured innovation through numerous initiatives. Ma'am, we are privileged to have you as a super judge today. We are sure that we are going to learn from you a lot. Next, we have Mr. Binish Maulana sir, Head of Platform Enablement at Finastra. He is a constant supporter of HowNWhy education, and his dedication to mentoring young minds is invaluable, sir. We are privileged to have you as a super judge today.
Thank you.
Now, we also welcome our principal, Chanda Marakshan sir, and our secretary advocate, Srinath Shankar sir, to the program. Now, let's move on to the exciting part, the presentation. Our first project from grade 8 team, Niranjan, Arush, Amisha, and Pravya, will be presenting their project on artificial intelligence. They will explore the concept of AI and showcase an AI powered chatbot they have created. Welcome, team.
Good evening, everyone. On today's presentation on artificial intelligence, we'll be looking at what is AI, the types of AI, and in the end, we'll be also having a special project. So our team includes myself, Niranjan, Arush, Pravya, and Amisha. So with that, let's get started. So personally speaking, when I first got into artificial intelligence, I thought it was a brain smoking subject. So to make things more relatable to you, let's look at artificial intelligence as a child. So, in the year 1956, the child gets named by its father, John McCarthy. But the child was not ordinary. The child was powerful. The child was powerful enough to revolutionize the technological world. Now we know that the child is powerful, but this brings us to the critical question: is the child a friend or an enemy? Well, let's find out. So, artificial intelligence can be divided into four types. They are reactive, theory of mind, limited memory, and self aware AI. So, the first type of AI is reactive AI. These AI systems respond to only a specific situation. Like some of example of it could be the Deep Blue chessboard created by IBM, which even made the Gary Kasparov, the chess champion, lost to it.
The second type of AI is the limited memories. These AI systems can only store a limited amount of data and uses the past experience or the historical data that it have stored to make decisions. Self-driving cars are one example for this type. The third type is known as the theory of mind. This AI enables the machines to understand human thoughts, beliefs, intentions, but currently the AI systems have not fully achieved this type till now.
Last but not least, we have self aware AI. So, we all drink water when we are thirsty, right? And we also eat food when we are hungry. Why does this happen? This happens because we are aware of our own state. So imagine there's an AI which is aware of its own state, and that is self-aware AI. So it is also a theoretical AI and hasn't been developed yet. So now talking about the common applications of AI. AI is commonly used in virtual assistants, image recognition, predictive analytics, and autonomous vehicles.
AI in our daily life. We use a wide variety of AI in our daily life. Some of them are narrow AI, also known as weak AI, is a type of artificial intelligence that is designed to perform a specific task or a limited range of tasks. Example, Google Assistant, Siri, Alexa, etc.
Next, we have general AI. So imagine there is an AI which has an intelligent level of humans. So like the ones we see in movies, and that is general AI. It is also theoretical and hasn't been developed yet. Next, we have super intelligent AI. So imagine there is an AI that is godly level. I mean, AI which is beyond human intelligence. That is super intelligent AI. Some examples of it could be fictional characters from Marvel Cinematic Universe, and just like the general AI, it is also theoretical.
Let's see how the AI is driving changes across various industries. The AI enhances the customer interactions, automatic processes, and also improve diagnosis and treatment and also in healthcare. Some of the disadvantages of AI and the concerns that AI raise on it is that the AI systems pose significant concerns around base, privacy, accountability, and also the security risk from the cyber attacks.
So now we are going to discuss about the domains of AI. So the first domain of AI system is the NLP or the natural language processing. This natural language processing gives the ability to computers to understand human language. The examples will be included in Google translations and apps. The second domain of AI is the data science. So, data science is basically a study of data to extract meaningful insights for business. The example of this will be included in healthcare for predicting diseases. The third domain of AI is the computer vision, and it gives the ability to computers to understand if humans and also objects in images or videos. So, the best example would be treatable machine.
So, talking about the future scope of AI, in healthcare, smarter diagnostics and personalized treatment will be implemented. In transportation, the transportation would become safer and autonomous. In education, personalized learning and automated tasks can be implemented. So now here comes our project Amy. So with the help of Python and Gemini 1.5 Flash, we was able to replicate the fictional character Jarvis from the MCU. So it actually recognizes whatever we are saying and generates an appropriate response for it with the help of Gemini 1.5 Flash and speaks it out with the help of PyTT SX3 module. Next, here comes the special person that is AI Mahabali.
Greetings. My name is Mahabali, a name that echoes through the ages. I am King, a warrior, and a devotee of the divine. It is a pleasure to meet you. Thank you. Where are you from? My origins. I hail from the land of Jordan, realm blessed by the gods. It is a place with lush green fields, sparkling rivers, and a people filled with their strength and spirit. I am proud to call this friend my home.
So, we conclude that AI leads to transformative application within a series of industrial, intellectual, and social development far beyond those caused by previous industrial revolution. Thank you, Team Artificial Intelligence.
Now let us invite our judges for their valuable feedback. Over to you, Gayatri ma'am.
So that was an excellent presentation, Niranjan, Arushi, Pragya, and Amisha. Very, very beautifully you have covered different aspects of different kinds of AI. You have very beautifully talked about what AI is today and where AI can go tomorrow. You have talked about, covered different application spaces. So very impressive presentation, and very impressive to see AI Mahabali. So one thing I want to clarify just to understand. So is Amy different from AI Mahabali, or is AI Mahabali Amy?
So, ma'am, let's look at that in a way. Like, I am different from Arush, right? But maybe our intelligence level would be the same. So, like that, we used like the same model from Amy to make Mahabali AI.
Okay.
But Amy doesn't have any direct effect over Mahabali. It's both are different, but we just use the same model.
Okay. And did you develop your own models? Or how did you get to these AI models?
So, ma'am, we all know about the Google, right? So, the Google recently developed a model called Flash, and they are enabling young developers to use that for free. So we can implement or develop our own models with the help of its API. And like I said, the Amy and Mahabali both use this Gemini 1.5 Flash module to work.
So you developed your own modules, right? You developed this by using the Flash APIs.
No, ma'am. Actually, we use Google 1.5 Flash model.
Okay.
Okay. And we made everything from scratch, but the AI was taken from Google 1.5 Flash.
Okay. So it's a pre-trained model that you have taken.
Yeah, we took a pre-trained model and add personality to that.
Understood. And the data sets, where did you get the data set for training these?
Yeah, we actually researched about the character and we found few details, so we added.
Excellent. Thank you. That's the questions.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable feedback. Now over to you, Binish sir.
Hi. Wonderful presentation and pleasure sitting along with you, Gayatri ma'am. So you mentioned about you trained the character,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So can you tell me your experience in training the character? Did you train up as
Sir,
well?
actually, uh, every response we say is collected as a list in Python. Okay. Then before every query, we have given a particular instruction about the personality of the character Mahabali. Okay.
Okay.
So after so we arrange the query in a way in which the instructions are first, and then comes this question.
Okay.
So like, sir, if there is Arush, so there is Arush, right? He's my team member. So I'll say to him like, so Arush, from now on, you are Mahabali. And here are a few students having doubts with our own tradition and celebrations. So talk like Mahabali. Okay, sir. Is it clear now?
Okay. So that is bringing the persona. You're
Yes, sir.
the persona, you are setting the context as to what should be the response. My
Yes.
point, have you trained the system not to get into, you know, the story, how it ends when Vamanan asks for the third step? Do you know that story?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are
Can,
trained that.
can we want this Mahabali not to offer the three steps to taken away and then be getting into some peril? Can that be done?
Yes, sir. So actually, Mahavali is aware of that Vamana story, and if you want, we can add like special function for that. So if a person comes and says like, "I am Vamana," and then the Mahabali would recognize it's Vamana and do whatever we are like setting to do.
What is your thought about saving Mahavali and uh, keeping Kerala as the the dreamland that we hear about. What are your thoughts?
Yes, sir, sure. But that would be amazing, sir. But in our celebration, what we actually plan to do is like to make the students aware of the past. So not everyone is aware of what exactly happened in the past, right?
Agreed.
So we wanted them to like have a glimpse of what exactly happened and all of the backstory. So we
I,
actually trained what you said.
I'm completely in agreement with what you do. My point is, how about the innovation that you would like to bring about? Like if you are given the power of artificial super intelligence, how will you able to train these models so that it can be used in a better way? That's the point of the question.
Okay, so actually, so let's look at the robot as a humanoid robot rather than a Mahabali. So Mahabali is a personality, right? So so imagine when you're not at your home. Imagine there's someone to take care of your pets or like take care of your homely things like arranging food and uh, cleaning your clothes, etc. Like whatever a person can do in the future can be done with a humanoid robot. Like many of us are working on that.
Agree. Agree. Okay. So good thing there,
So the
and
possibilities are infinite.
definitely the possibilities are. What all models did you research? Did you come across any open models other than the Google ones, or were you able to touch base on other models as well?
So actually, OpenAI, we all use ChatGPT, right? Like ChatGPT has been a recent trend. So actually, the company OpenAI, which made the ChatGPT, actually provides an API for that.
Mhm.
But the only problem is that it is we need to pay a particular amount
And
to
I'm
get that
asking
API.
about free models like Llama 3, which is very powerful, and other models
Yes,
that
sir.
did you
Yes,
come across anything like that?
yes, sir. Llama 3 is actually offline, sir.
Mhm.
So Gemini allows us to get like a bit more real-time data from the Google searches. Did you get it?
Yep, I understand. I was trying to
Yes.
see what level of research have you done. I think you've got done your fair share of research. Right, Gavin? And I think we will give it. That's
Yes,
my take here.
very impressive at what you know at your age. It's really very impressive.
Thank you.
But while we are talking, I'm just curious, since you four are members of the team, what did you seem to, Niranjan, you seem to be answering most of the questions. So what did others do? What did Arush do? What did uh, Pragya do? What did Amisha do?
So actually, ma'am, Arish was more on the
You should let them
presentation.
answer.
He actually designed everything.
You should let them answer.
Okay, okay, sir, sure.
So actually, we divided our presentation totally. So I was more on presenting the screen and doing the presentation, and Niranjan was mainly on the projects, and Amisha and Prabhya were the on the others.
Yeah, go ahead, Amisha and Pragya. Speak up.
Sir,
That's it.
I helped them to research the contents on the
Okay.
presentation, like the types of AI and the AI we use in our daily life. So the contents, I researched about it. Um, yes, sir.
Perfect. Amisha.
You want to say something, Amisha?
The contents I have researched is narrow AI. Narrow AI.
Okay. Okay. And if I were to ask you, if you were to do this project all over again, and there's one thing you can change about your project, just one thing, what would that be?
Ma'am, we would make a Mavali a humanoid, and if we knew like Gayatri ma'am and Bineet sir were coming, we would actually make it to like greet you.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
Looking,
Thank you. Thank
looking
you,
forward to
Niranjan.
that next time. Looking forward to that. All the best.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
job. Excellent work. Good job.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, team. Thank you, judges, for your feedbacks. Now, to keep our YouTube viewers engaged, we have organized a quiz competition. Throughout the event, we'll ask 3 questions. The students who answer all correctly will be eligible for prizes. You can either scan the QR code or go to YouTube comment section and comment the answer in the Google form. Also, we have 45 seconds to answer the question. So let's get started with the first question. Which AI technique helps machine understand and respond to human language? I hope everyone knows the answer. Good luck. Moving on to the next project, we have grade 7 team Kailash, Karthik Roshan, Anika presenting their research on drone technology. They will discuss future trends and applications across various industries. Welcome, team. All the best.
Kailash, you're on mute. Can you start from the beginning?
Yes, sir. So now,
We can hear you, Kailash. Go ahead.
thank you. Good evening, everyone. Today, we are going to explore drone technology. Its past, present, and future. Let's dive in. First, let me introduce our team members. We have Advika, Aniga, Karthik, and me, Kailash. We are excited to present this topic to you. Past, at 20th century, drones started to be used in military missions to and for dangerous purposes like welding and for difficult tasks. Present, in the 21st century, drones have become essential assist to most militaries. As control technologies improves and costs fell, their use expanded to many non-military applications. What is a drone? A drone is an aircraft, also known as UAV, which can fly remotely or controlled autonomous.
Understanding drone technology. Drones use sensors, GPS, and flight controllers to stay balanced and navigate. These systems allow drones to perform various tasks efficiently.
How does a drone fly? Drones fly using spinning propellers that lift them into air. The flight controllers adjust the motor to keep them stable.
Movements of drone. Movements of drone. Taking off a drone. The drone takeoffs using four motors, which move simultaneously. Vertical two motors moves upwards and vertical two motors moves downwards and push the air to push the drone. So this is called lift.
Sorry for the interruption, T. Kailash, can you please share your screen? It's not visible.
And Karthik is speaking on mute.
Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Now we can.
Good evening, everyone. Today, we are going to explore drone technology, its past, present, and future. Let's dive in. First, let me introduce our team members. We have Advika, Aniga, Karthik, and me, Kailash. We are excited to present this topic to you. Past at 20th century, drones started to be used in military missions to and for dangerous purposes like welding and for difficult tasks. Present in the 21st century, drones have become essential assist to most militaries. Future, as control technologies improves and costs fell, their use expanded to many non-military applications.
What is a drone? A drone is an aircraft without a pilot on board. It can be controlled from the ground or programmed to fly on its own.
Understanding drone technology. Drones use sensors, GPS, and flight controllers to stay balanced and navigate. These systems allow drones to perform various tasks efficiently.
How does a drone fly? Drone fly using spinning propellers that lift them into air. The flight controller adjusts the motor to keep the drone stable.
Movements of drone.
Of a drone. Taking off is controlled by increasing the speed of four motors simultaneously. When the propellers spin and push air down, the reaction force is called lift.
Turning of a drone left or right. Rotate left. The number 1 and 4 propellers move at average speed while the number 2 and 3 propellers move at high speed. To rotate right, the propellers 1 and 4 move at high speed and propellers 2 and 3 move at average speed.
A drone spinning in a head. Propeller 1 and 4 move clockwise while propeller 2 and 3 move counterclockwise.
Evolution of drone technology. Drones started in the military, but now they're used in many fields. Advances like smaller components and better sensors have made this possible.
Drone anatomy. Here is a breakdown of drone parts. The frame holds everything together. Motors and propellers lift the drone, and sensors help it navigate. Special news for drones. Red Bull drone. The drone weighs 2.2 pounds 985 grams. The drone's battery can fly about 3.6 miles 5.8 kilometers. The drone has two 4K cameras.
History of drones. History of drones traces back to early 20th century, starting with military use during World War, evolving into modern day versatile for surveillance, delivery, and recreation, revolutionizing industries and everyday life. Classification of drones. There are different types of drones like multi-rotor for short flight, single rotor for heavy loads, and fixed wing for long distance.
Multi-rotor drones. Multi-rotor drones are the most common. They are easy to control and can hover, making them great for photography.
Single rotor drones. Single rotor drones, like helicopters, can fly longer and carry heavier loads, but they are more complex to handle.
Fixed wing drones. Fixed wing drones are like small airplanes. They fly long distance but need a runway to take off and can't hover.
VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing drones. VTOL drones can take off vertically like a helicopter, then fly like an airplane. They are versatile and can be used in many scenarios.
HAPS drone. HAPS can stand for High Altitude Platform Station or High Altitude Super Satellite. Flies at an altitude of 65,000 feet, about 20 kilometers above the ground. It is lightweighted and is powered by solar energy. It is launched in February 2024. The HAPS drone was tested at Karnataka by CSIR National Aerospace Laboratories. NAL.
Applications of drones. Drones are advanced like farming. Time's up, team. Well done. That was a great presentation.
Now, ma'am, may I have your feedback?
Sure. So fantastic. That is really amazing work that you have done. Very good. You seem to have spent a lot of time doing research. But have you actually built a prototype? Have you actually built a drone or something?
No, ma'am.
You haven't done that. Okay. Do you plan to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in all the things that you know about drones and you've learned about drones, right? Just a small clarification, okay? When you talk about drones, drones is not just the category of drones you're talking about is what they call it as aerial drones. You can have drones for underwater. You can have ground vehicles. There, everything is a drone, right? In that sense. But you're using the word for aerial drones. You're calling drones. So drones can be more than just aerial drones. But what you presented is very good, and you presented uh, different kinds of drones. So if you said that you are planning to build a drone sometime soon, if you do that, so you presented about the VTOL, the fixed wing drone, you presented about quadcopters. So which drone would you build and why?
So, ma'am, we can make hexacopter drone or quadcopter drone for agricultural purpose, like spraying pesticides and creating maps.
Okay, so you want to build a quadcopter or a hexacopter for agriculture purposes. Okay, so why would you choose a quadcopter for it? Why wouldn't you choose a fixed wing drone? It'll give you a lot longer flight times, right? Yes, I
Ma'am,
understand.
as carrying pesticides and spraying it, it will be having more weight, which fixed wing drones cannot lift it, and cannot hover in a place where quadcopter drones can hover in a place and lift heavier loads.
But pesticides, would you really need to hover? Or are you going to spray in the entire farm?
And we can use for spraying entire farm, like if to reduce the work for farmers.
True. Then what will you choose?
I'm quadcopter drone because they'll give higher flight time also.
How much is the difference between the quadcopter and a fixed wing?
Ma'am, if you see the duration, due to the aerodynamic shapes, fixed wing drones can move more faster, give flight time compared to quadcopters. As
Correct.
they cannot hover, that's why we use quadcopter drones.
Correct. So when you're doing pesticides, you said you still choose a quadcopter. I'm asking why would you do that? Wouldn't you choose a fixed wing drone then?
Ma'am, quadcopter drone can hover in a place, and therefore, if there is any problem with the crops, it can detect it, and the person who's controlling that drone can understand that part and focus on that part more.
Very good. So now what is that called? That is not pesticide spraying. If you want to detect uh,
Monitoring the
hmm?
monitoring the healthcare of the plants.
Monitoring. So now you have brought a second application for your drone, right? So if you use a quadcopter, you not only spray pesticide, you'd also do health monitoring for the drones, right? That's good. So you're thinking about multiple applications that you can do in the agriculture space, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your opinions and feedback. I would like to invite Vineet.
Hi everyone.
Hello, sir.
Hi, sir.
And Handman from the Avengers.
Yes, sir.
The movie.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Now,
Yes, sir.
how many of you know Avengers from Avengers Man?
From me.
No, no. So, any thoughts on making yourself uh, self-propelled to come to school? For time, you are in certain class of the
So
So,
your voice is coming from far.
how is it? Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, how about building yourself a self-propelled suit like Iron Man to come to school? Have you thought about that?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
most
It
of
will be more faster than a school bus.
Exactly. So, how about making it for all children who is listening? What is the basic requirement there in creating something like that?
Sir, if in the future if it's created also, it will be difficulty for the aeroplanes which are flying in the sky.
Aeroplanes fly above a 10,000 feet kind of a height, and for coming to school, you don't need to fly so high.
Yes, sir.
So if we give a completely control, the principal can control the suits. And even if you are not willing to come to school, they can lift you and come and say, make you sit there in the class. Don't you think that's a good use case?
Yes, sir. They can study more fast.
yes.
So what do you think are the other applications like ones what we have shown definitely in use, but as young innovators, what do you think? Very wild idea. What do you think can be done with this ground technology? Like what man clearly mentioned, it's not about this the four aerial ones that we're talking about. There are a lot more automated flying underground or even underwater kind of by this. What are your thoughts? What should be the type of, say, probably as young innovators we can bring up? What is the wildest thought? One implementation that can change the world. What do you think?
So your voice is coming so far. I'm not able to understand the question properly.
I was asking if you are given an option to innovate with drones, what is the best thing that you can do?
So like we can make delivery purposes things like now our Japan's are using about to make delivery purpose in drones which will make for delivering medicines like during corona the drones help us sending medicines from one place to another so social distancing can be happen.
Okay.
We can also use it for telemedicine since human touch may have many this infections and all. Some humans may have some infections, so the medicines might not have them. And drones are very clean. They could deliver the medicines very safely.
Air taxis. Have you heard about air taxis coming to Dubai?
Sir?
Air taxi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So think about such lines because you can definitely make a difference. Keep going. Thank
So
you.
when lot of traffic is there, we can make the drones like hospital, uh,
Ambulance.
ambulance, aerial ambulance,
Yep.
so that the patient can reach the hospital as fast he can.
Exactly. So always think out of the box. You can definitely make a difference to this technology world. Keep researching, keep innovating. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your remarks with us. Now let's welcome our grade 5 team, Anika S, Parvati, and Aksha, who will showcase their project on animation, bringing creative storytelling to life with advanced techniques. Welcome, team.
Good day, everyone. I'm Daksha. I have with me and my teammates Anika and Parvati. We have with animation. Hope you would enjoy the project. Look at this. This is the overview of the project. So let's go to the next slide. We can say that animation is making us feel that we are watching a moving picture by using a sequence of drawing, painting, or other artistic ways. Traditional definition for animation is mentioned in the slide. If you would like to take a note of it, in simple terms, we can say that art of making things move as if they are alive. So let's go to the next slide. So if we look at the timeline, we could see that even though animation concept was there before, the first successful animation device can be said as invented by Belgian Joseph Plateau in 1832 and is called phenakistoscope. As you can see in this picture, it's a disc with sequence of images, and when it is rotated, it creates an illusion of movement. Next image depicts zoetrope, invented by William in 1834. This one is a drum with images that looks like a moving picture when rotated. First film-based animator was J. Stewart, created animation called as Funny Faces in 1906. During the period between 1895 and 1920, due to the rise of cinematic industry, various techniques was created, which include stop motion films, painted animation, and art. However, the first recognized animation film was a hand-drawn animated cartoon named Phantasmagoria by Emile Cole. Let's move to the next slide. So the major shift in animation industry was primarily because of Walt Disney, and as you all would have heard of the most famous character created by Walt Disney, which is Mickey Mouse. Mickey's third film named Steamboat Willie became very famous. Later on, one of the most famous animation movie which got Hollywood star release was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Let's go to the next slide.
Parvati, you're on mute.
When we speak of contemporary developments, a century after the birth of animation, there were two distinct animation developments which happened. One in Japan, where it is termed anime, and then in US, where TV cartoons played a major role. Some of the examples of shows which emerged are Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, and Yogi Bear showing US TV shows. Similarly, Speed Racer and Astro Boy as anime in Japan. Let's go to the next slide. Let's talk more on the current developments in animation industry. Presently, all animation have more frame rate, which means more frame better quality. It is rate of images per second which can be viewed by the audience. Cinema explosion, which give a loop feeling and looks cool as you can see in this image. Material illusions, which gives an overwhelming feeling. Also some progress made using artificial intelligence. Now you could just give commands to AI to create an animation video that you like. It's not perfect, but looks good. Let's go to the next slide. So these are the latest AI animation softwares, as you all can see in this slide. And the animation software they haven't released yet is Sora OpenAI. Sora OpenAI can generate complex animation videos in just a few seconds with a text prompt. So let's go to the next. So these are well-known animation studios, some of which you have heard about. Disney and Pixar is what I like most, since they have produced plenty of good quality animation movies. Some of the other names, as you can see, are DreamWorks, Nickelodeon, and Sony. Now let's move to the next slide. So these are our favorite cartoons. First we have Anika's favorite cartoon, which is Despicable Me. She loves this cartoon because of the character and the animation. Next we have Parvati's favorite cartoon, which is The Little Mermaid. She liked this cartoon because of the concept given. And last but not the least, my favorite cartoon, which is Frozen. I love this cartoon because of the animation and the type of style given for the characters. Future of animation is bright with artificial intelligence and improvement in motion capture technology. All studios are working on making big budget movies within a short time span and reduce the cost. Such efforts are showing great progress. So in coming days, we may see a full animation movie created in a few minutes. Apart from that, progress is made in VR, which would make us part of a story or a game. In future, metaverse will gain more popularity, so we will be role playing in a universe created by animation, which is exciting. The same concept was shown in a movie named Ready Player One, where the hero plays as a character in metaverse. It's a good movie to watch. So let's go to the next slide.
Thank you, Daksha. Let's a quick overview on the project we created. So the concept we got inspired was from a very old animation name, Humpty Dumpty Circus. We gave the name for our project as Humpty Dumpty fell from the notebook. As the name suggests, we will see Humpty Dumpty falling from the notebook. On the next slide, I hand over the mic to Anika.
Thank you, Parvati. Let's watch a project video. This video is about Humpty Dumpty climbing a notebook and falling down. I hope you all like it. Let's go to the last slide of our presentation. We used various tools for this project. Let me provide a quick overview. First, we created the Humpty Dumpty drawing with MS Paint. Then we imported the file to Adobe Animate. There we did the majority of work. After creating the file, we added sounds to the file and exported the file as a video. Last but not least, Google search was mainly used for getting the notebook image, which was imported to Adobe Animate. Also, we use Google for our learning. Thank you all for listening patiently to our presentation, and that's all from us.
That was a wonderful presentation, team. Now, moving on to judges' remarks. Gayatri ma'am, please share your thoughts.
So thank you, Anika, Parvati, and Daksha. Indeed, it was a great presentation. Really enjoyed it. So you said that you used Adobe Animate in order to do the animation. How did you pick the tool, and how did you pick this story? Why did you choose Humpty Dumpty, and how did you come up with the idea of Humpty Dumpty climbing the notebook and falling? How did you come with that idea?
So, first question, I was the one who did the animation, and I've been doing animation since I was 8 or 9. I searched YouTube a lot and studied Adobe Animate. And we choose the concept of this project because it was an old stop motion animation film, and so we choose that. And then and we got the idea of Humpty Dumpty falling from the notebook, we thought about school, that's all.
Wonderful. So suppose you were given an option to do animation for any movie or anything that you would want. There are different kinds of animations that you showed us, right? There are animations that you have stick motion animations, you have VR based animation, metaverse, you have where the motion capture kind of animation where you wear the suits and all that, and you have hand drawn animations also, like the kind that you did. What really captures your imagination? What kind of animation would you want to do?
Hand-drawn animation.
Hand-drawn animation, why?
Because I love drawing. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, what about Parvati and Daksha? What would you like?
Hand-drawn animation?
Hand-drawn animation, why?
I don't know. I doesn't do the animation.
Okay, so you have to think about it. What about you, Parvati?
I didn't do animation.
You haven't done, but you worked in this project, so you know, you have seen what Anika did, so you know what animations are. So if you are interested in animation, what kind would you do? You have to think about it. Okay. So in this project, then Anika did the animation. What did Daksha and Parvati do? What did you do in this project? What, yeah. What did you do, Parvati?
Ma'am, I told her the concept and
Okay.
the ideas. Like,
Yeah,
Okay.
that was right.
And what about you, Daksha?
We say that you can do like that.
I mean, they searched up the content.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. Over to you, sir. Manish, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, Anika, Daksha, and Parvati, completely blown away by the presentation and even more by the animation. So even the color combination, the selection of the slides for your presentation, wonderfully presented, because that does justice to your field of the kind of project that you have done. So wonderfully done. Now, if you need, are you all really studying in fifth class or you are in college or something? So, uh, because I've seen even your presentation and the way that you've done the animation is of world quality. So kudos to that. Okay. Now coming to your say research onto the tools that you have used. What was one thing that you are looking in creating that animation for the Humpty Dumpty? What all were your consideration? Did you want it to be like when you draw it, you mentioned about the hand based thing. So what was your thoughts? How did you want to bring in that your element to that? Because we saw that it didn't fall, the Humpty Dumpty didn't fall off from the wall, but it fell off from the notebook. So what was your thought in creating your own story? And how did the tool help you in achieving that? Was the tool easy to use?
Adobe?
Uh-huh.
No, actually.
Uh-huh.
Not like medium.
Medium. So what all options of Adobe helped you? What was the animation tool that you have used? The actual tool?
Motion tool.
Motion tool. So were you able to create multiple layers and do it, or you did not use layering?
No, I
You know.
didn't.
Okay. So used frames, multiple frames, and then it was stitched together. How easy was it to integrate the audio?
Like add the audio to the file. Not really hard, I guess.
Okay. So you were able to get your multiple frames. You were able to add the audio. How were you able to take or process? Was the computer that you used, did it, say, get stuck in between, or you had a easy time rendering it into a final output?
No, I mean, it was like, I don't know how to say it. I mean, I used a laptop
Okay.
to do it, and I guess it was a bit like stuck in between
Exactly.
because the network problems here are getting, and it was really slow to get it do that.
So if we give you a very big computer and a big internet connection, what is that dream project that you want to do? What movie will you make? Think about, say we are giving you Sora for free. You will be given chance to use Sora. Tell me one story that you want to convert into a animated video.
Actually, I'm not really interested in making animations in Sora. I've been more interested in making animations in Blender, but it is super hard. So I haven't studied that yet.
Okay.
This
So
we don't really know.
no worries, no worries. So what I would request you, keep learning and do not let the AI slip from you, because what we used to create in Adobe or any of those animation softwares, which used to take render farms to create it, like say thousands of laptops to create one frame, these animation softwares are creating it in 1 second. Okay, so in the interest of doing it your own, don't let the technology fall off. Learn both together, and you definitely will be able to make wonderful videos like the Humpty Dumpty that just fall off the book. And you made us all fall off the chair. So it was really, really worth it. Hats off. Good going.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable feedback. So let's move on to our next team, grade 6 team, Aryaviryu, Nived Saji, Trishikesh and Harav, with their project on robotics. They will show us how robots can be designed to perform specific tasks. Over to you, team.
Hello, good evening everyone and welcome to our team presentation about robotics. So, for the starting, I should introduce my team members. Myself, Nived Saji, Rishikesh H. Warrior, Arav Rajil and Adivir U. So, without any delay, let us start. What is robotics? You have heard about many fields such as science field, engineering field, etc. If science field deals with science, engineering field deals with engineering, robotics deals with the construction, use of robots, and so all other kinds of works with the robots. Also, we can say robots as a life with the robots. History of robotics. Joseph F. Engelberger. Have you heard about him? He is the father of robotics. He created robotics and scientists. Not one, many scientists developed robotics to a stage that we are seeing today. Unimate is the first industrial robot and the Shaky is the first mobile robot. Robots getting smarter. Robots are becoming smarter with the help of the computers. Today, robots are used in many ways, from exploring space to helping doctors. You have heard about Chandrayaan 3, right? If you heard about Chandrayaan, you also heard about its rover robot. Like that rover robot helped the scientists to explore the moon. So, in these ways, robots are useful for exploring the space. Parts of a robot: sensors, actuators, and controller. We have sensors. Like that, robots can sense the things happening around it by the help of the sensors. And the sensor will give a message to the controller which action should the robot perform. Then the controller perform that action with the help of the actuators. Over to you, Arivir. So, next we are going to talk about the types of robots. Autonomous mobile robots, automated guided vehicles, articulated robots, humanoids, cobots, and hybrids. Autonomous mobile robots can perform their task autonomously or semi-autonomously. They need no human help. Like examples was robot vacuum cleaner, automated guided vehicle. It is a self-driving robot which can transport materials from one place to another. And we can say that it is a driverless car or something like that. Articulated robots. They have interacting joints, 10 or more joints. With that, they can resemble the actions of the human arm and they can help humans. Humanoids. Humanoid robots resemble and act like humans. It resembles the human expression and the human body in shape. Cobots. A Cobot is also known as collaborative robot. They can work safely alongside humans. Hybrids, a machine that combines of different technological mechanisms.
Nived,
Yes.
I can continue.
Okay, Arivir.
Now, these are the examples of humanoid robots. Humanoid robots resemble and act like humans. Examples of humanoid robots are Sophia. Sophia is a humanoid robot that can mimic the human expression. Next one, Iris, the AI teacher in Kerala. It helps the students a lot. Then Ameka, interact with people, and Altus is used in rescue missions. Next slide. This was our AI Mahabali robot. Our school Vyasa Vidyapedam developed in our Onam celebration.
And this is our Bluetooth control car me and my team members made. Have you know which parts we used in this car? Of course you don't know. You have no idea about it. So let us go through the parts. Arduino HC05 Bluetooth module, DC gear motors and L298 driver module. These are the main parts we used in this Bluetooth controlled car. Over to you, Rishikesh. Rishikesh, you are muted.
Robots in daily life. We can use the robots for cleaning our houses. Example, vacuum cleaner. We can also use the robots for assistance robots for elderly and disabled people. Robots in schools. We can use the robots for education for the students. And also we can use this for science experiments. And also we can robots in medicines. We can use the robots for assistance in surgeries. Example, Da Vinci robot. And we can also use the robots for delivering medicines in hospitals. Robots in factories. We can use the robots for assembling cars in factories. The company that using robots for making cars are BMW and Benz.
Arav, you are muted.
Xenobots. Xenobots are the first robots made from biological tissues and designed from computer. Future of robotics. Making the life easier. Helpful robotics. Imagine that robots could do our household works, remind of all your tasks, making your life daily more convenient. New jobs. Job creation. While robots might take some jobs as they will collect the data for us. They will also
With this, our presentation is over. Thank you for listening to our presentation this whole time. If you have any questions, you can ask us. Thank you all.
Thank you, team. That was a great one. Now over to you, Gayatri ma'am. Please share your feedback.
So fantastic work. I really enjoyed. You're all in grade 6, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
That is really cool. So you designed Mahavali robot. You made the actual embodiment of the robot?
No.
No.
Who did it? You mentioned about it in your presentation, right?
Actually, we mentioned that because it is a type of humanoid robots and we are talking about robotics. So we thought that this is a perfect example for our presentation. That's why we added that slide.
Okay, so then have you built a robot?
Yes, not built a robot, but we built a Bluetooth controlled car.
You built a robotic car.
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, then you tell me more about your project then. What does this Bluetooth control car do? Why did you build it? For what purpose? What application?
For a project. If the judges ask us, you have a project, we have to say that there is a robotic car with us, and we use that. So we made that.
Good. That is very good that you made it. But what I want to know is what did you want to do with it? What is that robotic car? What can be the use of such a car?
Chechi, we use robotic cars in futures
Okay, so you
for
will want to
making
build it.
transportation.
Okay.
For little small things.
Okay, fantastic. So yes, a robotic car can be used for several purposes like transportation, but there are I mean it's not just limited to that area. There are other aspects that you can use. If you have a mobile robotic vehicle, there are multiple applications that you can have with it. So okay, so when you build this robotic car, what were some of the challenges you faced? Did it work the first time you built?
Actually, while programming it, it doesn't work finely. Then Pravida Chechi found a solution for it, and we used another Arduino Uno. Then the car was working.
Okay. So there was a problem with the Arduino Uno. Was it a connection problem or was it a microcontroller problem? How did you debug it? Or only Pravita debugged it? Or did you debug it as well?
Actually, the problem was about the Arduino Uno shield.
Okay.
About we searched about this project more and more. We found that the shield we bought was not suitable for making this car. So Pravida Chechi took another shield and gave us. With that, we made the car and it is working.
Fantastic. So you learned about compatibility, right? Compatibility of different electronic components, they may not work together, right? Was there any other challenge that you faced while you built this car?
No.
No, ma'am.
Everything else worked smoothly.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Fantastic. So did you program the car? Does it go right, left, front, back, something like that?
Yes.
Yes.
And how do you control the car? Do you have a remote?
By using the mobile phone. It has a particular app. With using that app, we can control that car in wherever the direction we want.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you use the mobile phone as a joystick and then you use it to control the car.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. How fast does your car go?
Chechi, like
Yeah.
ma'am, like um,
You haven't measured it? Did you try to measure how fast it goes?
no.
No. Okay, no problem. Okay. Over to you, sir. But good work. I really enjoyed hearing about your experience.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. And
Excuse me, ഞങ്ങള് സ്കൂളിലൊരു we actually did it with 6 students, like the Mavali project, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
There were actually 6 of us who did the Mavali project. So it was not only our team.
Building the humanoid Mahabali was done by your team.
Not only my team, ma'am. There are actually 6 students.
6 students from
But
different.
are they here or are they not
No,
here?
no, ma'am. It's the school project. There were students from 9th standard, 8th standard, likewise.
Oh,
It's me, Pravida, speaking here.
Yeah, got it. Thank you, Pravida.
And at around time, probably you can bring all of them on screen so we can congratulate them. So that because if the impact of that project is so that different people are using it, and it's always worth to bring them all on camera in case if they're around, they can just have a word with.
Sorry, sir. Like some of them are hostelers, so at the moment it's not possible.
No worries. So yeah, coming back to you, Nubid and team, wonderfully done. Sam was asking, have you measured the speed? But what I would say is, make sure, however speed it goes, make sure that you always use people.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yes.
good job. Robotics definitely is the future. You did mention about Boston. You did mention about Sophie. Do you know that they are giving citizenship for which country gives citizenship for what?
Sir, your voice is breaking.
How,
Sir,
sorry?
your voice is very low.
I was asking, robots are getting citizenship in countries. Have you have you heard about which country gave citizenship for Sophia?
USA?
No.
Is it United Kingdom?
No.
Japan?
No. It's Saudi Arabia. So, what happens? Like, you need to be always at the top of the technology, and right now, AI embedded robotics is on the grow. So, whenever you're working with robotics, make sure that there is like the control that you have used in the phone, right, for controlling your car.
Yes.
There is a software piece to that as well. So robotics earlier used to be only machine and machine control, but right now we are talking about bringing in AI embedded robots. So, what do you think is the future of the projects on robotics, the ones that you have read about? Which project on robotics really interested you? Which one was interesting when you read about it?
Robotics in the daily life.
Yeah, which one?
Like, we are excited that if robots can cook and do the household's daily work of us, then what would have happened? There
Okay.
will be no human interaction for them. Like that, it felt like something more interesting. If that would really happen, it will be more and more unbelievable.
So are you
Yes.
trying to reduce your mother's work? Oh, is that what you're trying to do? How
No.
about your father?
No. No.
Father's work?
No, sir.
No, sir. Then, yeah, tell me, what is the use case that you are looking at with robots for the home? Do your homework?
No.
No, no.
Then what?
Then
To work easier,
Okay,
little bit.
like what work?
Yes.
What work are you expecting robots to do for you?
Like Rishikesh said, there were many old peoples in our home, like our grandparents. But when our parents and we might go for our work and for our school, they could not be at home alone. They need someone's help. Like that, robots could help them. That was a very useful kind of work with robots in daily life.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. So we are looking for such innovative ideas, really societal impact. Whenever you're working with technology, whenever you're working or picking up projects, make sure that you're giving back to the society. You create a positive impact because that will have a long way to go. Okay?
Yes.
Good job. Keep growing.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for your remarks. Now let's move on to our second question. What sensor helps drones to maintain stable flight?
Thank you so much for the valuable time you all took. Now, let us invite our next team, Karthik TS, Adarsh Vedant, Gauri from grade 7 will present their project on artificial brain, exploring various microcontrollers and applications. Best of luck, team!
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of artificial brains. We'll explore their applications and future possibilities. Let's get started. Artificial brains mimic human thinking using neural networks. They learn and adapt just like us and are shaping the future in many amazing ways. You may ask why artificial brains matter. Artificial brains are like machine versions of our brains. They make technology smarter and are already transforming healthcare and robotics. The future holds even more exciting possibilities. What is an artificial brain? An artificial brain simulates human thinking using AI and machine learning, helping machines solve problems and think like us. The history of artificial brains. Artificial brains combine neuroscience, AI, and robotics to replicate human thinking. Since the 1940s, advancements in neural networks has brought us closer to achieving this. There are still challenges like copying human consciousness and handling the huge amount of data needed for these systems. We might solve these problems, especially in healthcare and human computer interaction. Types of artificial brains. Our team uses the Arduino Uno for basic AI, the Arduino Nano for smaller projects, the AESP32 for AI with connectivity, the Raspberry Pi for complex AI, and the Jetson Nano for deep learning with GPU power. Now I will hand it over to my teammate Gauri. Different artificial brains. Different artificial brains. Brain emulation. Goal simulates the entire human brain. Examples blue brain and spawn. Neuromorphic engineering. Goal creates hardware mimicking brain structure. Examples Intel's Lohi, IBM True North. Neural networks. Goal replicate the brain-like processing using artificial neurons. Example CNNS and RNNS. Deep learning models. Goal advanced learning from large data sets. Example deep neural networks. Spiking neural networks SNNS. Goal model timing based communications. Example specialized neuromorphic chips. Quantum neural networks. Goal boost neural networks with quantum computing. Example quantum AI. Memory networks. Goal mimic human memory. Example MANNS. Microcontroller. A microcontroller is a small self-contained that controls electronic devices by combining a CPU, memory, and I/O peripherals. Example Arduino Uno, ESP32, Raspberry Pi. Now I will hand it over to my teammate.
Yes,
Hello.
Gauri.
Okay. Am I audible? Can I explain my slides? No. Actually, it's a network issue. You can do now.
Yes, go ahead.
Can I slides? Am I audible?
Yes, continue from processor.
Okay.
Gauri, you are audible. You can continue.
Okay. Wait. A processor, CPU, is the computer's powerhouse, handling calculations like Intel. Transformation over the years, before and after. Let's dive in. Past. In the 1950s, AI began with simple neural networks like the perceptron. This ignited the journey of machines learning to think. Early innovators set the stage for today's smart technology. Present. Today, deep learning powers AI transforming industries. Computers tackle complex tasks once thought impossible. Devices like Arduinos drive smart home everywhere. Future. The future shines with AI merging with human thought. Brain-computer interfaces will enable direct machine communication. Get ready for a world where technology and human collaborate. Now, I'm handing over to my teammate Vedant.
Raspberry Pi versus ESP32. Raspberry Pi runs a full operating system, Linux, has more processing power, can connect to many devices. ESP32 has a limited operating system, less processing power, supports fewer devices, includes Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, great for IoT, Internet of Things, and other products. The future of artificial brain. Artificial brains are giant technology combining neuroscience and AI. They are improving healthcare and how we interact with computers. It is important these advancements help everyone. Let me hand it over to my teammate Others.
We have two projects, Smart Dustbin and Living and Living. This is our first project, Smart Dustbin. As you can see on the video, that automatically opens the lid of the dustbin without the help of the woman. You may ask which components and how it works. Components are ultrasonic sensor, Arduino Uno, and servo motor. How it works? There's an artificial brain, Arduino Uno, reads the input of the sensor. The ultrasonic sensor reads the distance by the ultrasonic waves. If we place our hand in the front of the ultrasonic sensor, less than 15 centimeter distance, it will give output to the brain and brain gives output to the servo to turn 90 degrees. And hand over to my teammate Karthik.
This project shows how we control an LED with the Arduino Uno. By connecting the LED to a pin 13, we wrote a program that makes it blink every second, an important step in digital output control. Now I will hand it over to my teammate Adarsh.
Integration of artificial brain. That the sensor and the actuators work with the artificial brain. The brain will gather the data from the sensor and translating to work there. In the shown video, there's an IO sensor and servo motor. This integration shows reading the value of the sensor and giving output to turn the servo motor. I'm hand over to Jimmy.
Did you know that the world's first artificial brain, the blue brain, was made completed in 2008? The interesting thing is there's 1 billion neurons.
The time is over. I would like ma'am and sir to give their opinions about the fit.
Good job, and good job recovering from the glitch. I really like the way Gauri could not, get her audio, but good job recovering from the presentation. So good presence of mind, team. So good points to you on that. Now, my question to you is, you called your project Artificial Brain, and you're presenting the Arduino Uno. What do you, my question to you will be, is Arduino Uno really an artificial brain? Yes or no?
Microcontroller.
It's a microcontroller, but do you consider it an artificial brain? Is it, okay, what is a human brain? What do you do? What is there in a human brain?
Neurons.
Neurons are there. That is what is there inside the skull. What happens with the neurons? When the neurons fire, what happens?
Wires in the electronic components.
There are wires in the electronic, but I'm asking you about a human, right? So I'm asking you what happens in a human brain. So you use this word many times. You said that the artificial brains can think. Can a human brain think?
Yes, ma'am.
What is thought? What is your understanding of what is thought? What do you mean by think?
Thinking of a human being.
Okay, so what do you mean by think? What does it actually mean? When you think, what happens?
Imagine something that if it can happen like that or this.
You're imagining something. Okay, so do you think a microcontroller can imagine? Yes?
I think.
You think that the microcontroller can imagine?
With its coding.
By coding.
Oh, so you're saying that if you code the microcontroller, it can imagine?
According to the coding, it can imagine. Not similarly like once reading the values and giving out.
Okay, so it is important when you say something as the artificial brain. I want you to think about it a little more. Actually, thinking involves a lot of things, right? Thinking involves having a memory, to reason, to understand. You have to ask yourself this question: can a microcontroller have memory? Can it understand? Can it remember things? Or is it just acting on an input with the sensor and giving an output? Is it a brain? If it is a brain, what do you mean by that? Right? I want you to think a little more deeply on this question. And whether would you call, if you call your project an artificial brain project, how far is it actually like a human brain? And how far is it still away from a human brain? What are its limitations? What are the boundaries? What can it do and what it can't do?
The microcontroller can't imagine.
Cannot imagine. Very good. That I would say so. Then what else? Can it make decisions?
No, ma'am.
No?
According to the coding.
According to the coding. So if I write if a human can think and put human's brain inside that artificial brain, little bit of thinking it can do based on the code. But it really can't do. Like, for example, I suddenly have like in Gauri's case, suddenly the microphone doesn't come on. Can the microcontroller handle such a situation? Maybe not. If it was not coded, it may not be able to handle that situation. But Gauri has the presence of mind. Okay, let me try again and let me do this. So as a human being, you learn to tackle challenges. You think of different ways, right? But a microcontroller, can it think? So I think you've done a very ambitious project. It is a really, it is very close to my heart. I love, because I work in the area of neuroscience and I build robots. And I ask this question all the time to myself: what are you actually building? Are you building something that can think, or are you building something that pretends to think? Is it giving you the illusion of thinking, or is it actually thinking? I want you to think about it, okay? So I will leave it at that and give it over to Binish sir.
Okay, thanks, ma'am. And hey, team, that's the essence that you just heard. The long-standing debate over intelligence versus the human brain versus what computers can do. That's in a nutshell what Gayatri ma'am just mentioned. So something which is very close to her heart. So you did a wonderful job. You did a wonderful job picking up a couple of microcontrollers. Are we near to what intelligent is through microcontrollers? No, because we are trying to use quantum computers, uh, uh, probably many of them put together to mimic even something which is near to intelligence. So that's the point ma'am was trying to say. But your job in understanding a person coming near a waste bin and automatically opening it up for your thought on that is really good, because such works, if you improve over the period, the way that you have done the controller for the level crossing, right? Like the car came and then you opened the gate. So what was the sensor that was used there to open the or move the level cross? How did you do that? What was that? I think your voice is breaking. Am I audible?
Sensor.
Okay. So then once the car is gone, was it timer that brought the level cross back? Because opening you can definitely by that sensor when it is obstructing you can. But how did you close it?
And the coding, we want to fix that the time,
Ah.
the delay.
Now think about I am a very slow driver. I am pushing the car across. So how do you time it?
Sir, can you small say?
Yeah. My point is you can put the timer and then say close the level cross. Fine. My point is I am a very slow driver. I am pushing my car across. If you time it and if the car is still there, it will close and it will fall on top of the car. How do you work around such situation?
We can put sensors so that it detects.
Okay.
Once the car is fully gone, it will close the gate.
Exactly. So what sensor are you looking to put there?
We can use IR sensor.
Which
Sensor.
which
IR sensor.
IR.
IR sensor.
The IR sensor on the road and then on the level cross, how do you place it? Hey, Karthik, you're on mute.
You can try to connect with jumper wires.
Where do you connect the jumper wires?
Like the pins of the IR sensor.
Okay. And then?
We can try to connect it like underground so it won't interfere in the path. So we can connect it to the Arduino and it will detect.
Exactly. So always keep picking yourself, picking your brain because you're working on artificial brain. Think about all use cases, all conditions that might come your way. And your solution should cover all these points. That is when you build a really good solution. And that is the base of innovation. Okay. Do I have that guarantee from you? Do you guarantee that? Okay. So all the very best. Wonderfully done. Pleasure speaking to you. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for your remarkable feedback. Now let us invite our project number 6. We have Bhadra, Vidya, Narayan, and Ramanarayan presenting their project on website development, where they'll walk us through designing and building a website. Welcome, team.
Good evening, everyone. Me, Ridya, along with Ramanayan, Bhadra, and Narayanan, is hereby with a presentation about web development. Let's start with a simple question. What is a website? A website is a collection of web pages linked together accessible over the internet. Website can be used for all sorts of things, from sharing information to online shopping, and even for entertainment. Every day we interact with website, whether it's checking social media, reading the news, or buying things online. Now, how do we access this website? Through something called a domain name. A domain name is the unique address for a website like www.google.com or www.amazon.com. It translates IP addresses into a form that easy for humans to remember. There are different domain extensions like .com, commercial website .org, non-profit.edu, for educational institution .gov, government sites. For example, instance, Amazon domain name is www.amazon.com. Without domain name, we would have to memorize complex IP addresses to visit website would be nearly impossible.
So, hello everyone. I'll be discussing about types of website and static and dynamic websites. So, the types of websites are personal websites, business websites, and government websites, educational websites, and entertainment websites. So, these are the main types of websites. And static and dynamic websites. Static websites have a fixed content that remains same for all visitors. They are fast and simple. They are mainly used for small business or blogs. And dynamic websites. Dynamic websites, on the other hand, have a update content based on the user's interactions. The best example for this is the Instagram feed. Probably everyone uses Instagram, and my Instagram feed is totally different from the your Instagram feed. It is tailored to our taste.
Now let's dive into the world of how websites are built. A website has two main components, which are the front end and the back end. Front end is everything you see and interact with. It's the design, buttons, and content you experience when you visit a website. Key technologies include HTML for structure, CSS for styling, JavaScript for interactivity. Backend of website. Backend is everything the behind the scenes of website. It handles the logic, database, and server-side processes that make the website work. Technologies used here include Python for coding, database like MySQL for storing data. Let's take an example. On Amazon, the front end shows you the products and the buttons, while the back end processes your order and payment. The website come a long way. In early days, websites were very simple. Then came Web 2.0, which made the website more interactive, allowing users to generate content like social media. However, the rise of mobile apps, the website faced some decline, but they have bounced back with responsible design, which adapt website for different devices like smartphones.
Let's now talk about the new technologies that are shaping the future of website. Progressive web apps, or PWAs, are the websites that act like mobile apps. They load quickly even with poor internet connection. Examples include Twitter Lite. Single-page applications, or SPAs, these websites load all content on one page and dynamically update it without reloading the entire page. Examples are Gmail and Google Maps. Artificial intelligence, or AI. Websites use AI for personalized recommendations, chatbots, and improving user experience. Voice search optimization with voice assistants like Alexa and Google Assistant. Websites are now being optimized for voice search. Finally, let's talk about security, which is critical in web development. HTTPS, or Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, encrypts the connection between the website and the user to ensure secure data transmission. If you see a padlock in your browser, it means that the website uses HTTPS. Data encryption protects sensitive data such as password or credit card information. Firewalls, these block unauthorized access to your website, keeping data safe from hackers. Regular security updates are essential to protect websites from the latest threats. Next is about our project.
Our project is the website, or we have tried to replicate the website of the school. We have put more uh, technologies also. We have tried to replicate this website because that website was something like boring. We got this idea when we just scrolling for ideas. We got this idea about our own school, and we have made this website at ATL Lab.
In conclusion, websites have evolved from simple static pages to dynamic, interactive platforms. With the introduction of new technologies like PWAs and SPAs, websites are becoming even more powerful, but security remains a top priority to ensure that users can browse safely. Thank you for your attention.
Wow, it was a good project. Now I would invite Vinny sir for his opinions and feedback.
Hi. So this is going to be the change that we are all looking for. You know why? You used Wix. How easy was using Wix?
It was some hard, but yeah, it will be like it was easy.
Sure. The reason why I asked this, if you look at the way your original school site was written,
So we can hear you.
am I audible now?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look at the original school site, it might have been written in probably 3 months' time, and lot of coding, recoding, or code corrections were done. But with this, you just need to drag and drop, put in all your photos, and then you're done. You need to select the right template, and then you're through. We can help you to post it, and you can always be easy to go ahead and bring a site live. What you need and what you picked is the right tool. Okay, so there are very many such low code or no code based website creators. Have you looked into any other than Wix? Any
Yeah,
idea?
Google Sites.
Yep. So
We have tried Google Slides, but it wasn't good enough. So we switched to Wix.
very
It
good.
was some like boring.
Definitely, because your sites need to be very attractive. It should be working very well on your mobile phones. So what you said is the right thing. Earlier, we used to load it with content, but right now, like what you said, it should be attractive. Always keep that in mind and learn the latest technologies, because you will be creating more websites or any web development through your AI assisted or AI based tools. So your future websites are going to be driven by keywords. So understand the technology, and you have taken the right step towards that. What else do you want to work or grow into in the web development space? Are you learning some programming languages?
Yeah, I would like to learn some programming languages,
Like
but I haven't.
like what?
Like Python
Okay.
and CSS, JavaScript, like that. Some.
Okay. So you mentioned about front end. What is the difference of a front end versus a back end? Did you come across anything
Front
like
end is the basically
that?
things that we can interact or we can see the main things in the website. Like the
Okay.
interface and etc. is the front end.
It is
And
the button designs, etc.
okay.
And the back end is the behind the scenes. What is happening behind that website? Like coding, database, like that.
So normally you put the one thing that you mentioned, right? It should be attractive. The user experience is what we say. The user experience, UI, UX is the front end where you present your website, and all the others comes in the back. Okay. So
Yeah.
keep always an eye out for the latest in technology. Python definitely is one of those languages. Angular, React, JavaScripts, all the JavaScript frameworks will definitely be helpful. Keep that in mind. And like what you have created for your school, keep creating websites. And as and when you create more, you will become more experienced. And definitely you will be able to do wonders once you are the masters of it. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Madam.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so children, very good job. I really liked the project that you did. Very nicely chosen problem. So one thing I would like to ask you, you said it twice actually. You said that your school current website is boring, and if you use Google site, that's boring.
Yeah.
What do you really mean boring, right? What is the meaning of, I mean, what did you find boring in it?
It does not attract the
Yeah.
users. It does not attract users. That's the main problem.
So what do you mean it doesn't attract the users? Mean, did you ask the users did you go and really find out from others whether they liked it or not, or
Not
did you
not
make the
exactly.
determination?
Not exactly.
Hmm?
Classmates. We
You,
like
so one,
class.
yeah, go ahead.
Classmate told us that it is not so much good. So we just took weeks for that.
Okay. So one thing I will tell you is, whenever you're designing a technology, which is something that is users work with, right? It will be a good idea for you to conduct some kind of a survey, a feedback. What is it that they like about what is already there? There is already a school website. They can go to it, right? There must be something in the website that they like, right?
Yeah.
Then there'll be something in the website that they don't like, right? You have to have a kind of an idea of the end user who is using this website. And it is not just students. There are teachers. There is your school principal, the administrators. And then there are parents, right? And then there are visitors like me who do not know your school, but I just want to know about your school, right? So a website has to cater to many people. So I found out my friend that this is boring. Therefore, I'm going to design another website which is more interesting. It is more interesting for your friend and you. But how do you know it's interesting for me? Right? So in general, a good idea, a good strategy when you do something, when you're designing technologies, is to understand the person or the people who are going to use these technologies, and then find out what do they want to see in that website, and then create such a website, right? So you have a very good, very good idea. You have tools that are really powerful that can make you design excellent websites, right? So the technology is there. You guys are already cracking the technology. You have done a fantastic job already. You are already showcasing to us that you know how to design the website. How will you take it to the next level? By really understanding what is working, what is not working, and have a more data-driven idea of creating this website. See, it is giving this to this person, it is giving that to that. So when you're answering a question, when sir says, what will you have in the front end? What will you have in the back end? You will say, do I need it to be responsive? Do I need it to be fast? Right? Do I need it to be minimalistic? Do I want it to be simple? And, the moment I come in, I get it. Or do you want it to be something like, it is an archive of a lot of different information so that I don't have to go. You will have a front, maybe the front page, but then you will have multiple pages. May you have organized it so that I can find one place. So I want to know all the events in your school. I want to know all the ATL projects that you're doing, right? I want to know. Yeah.
In this website, we have pages also about the school and all of that we have.
Very good. But what I'm trying to say is it should be designed with some data, with some idea, right, of what your users want. So whenever you do web development, rule number one is, in my opinion, understand your user. Try to understand who is using your website, what are they using it for, and design it so that it can be more effectively used or they like it. So don't go with, hey, Bhadra said, I don't like in this website, therefore I put this on the website. Okay, Bhadra, you made Bhadra happy, but that doesn't mean you made Gayatri happy, right? You do not know.
No, ma'am, I was talking boring of like interface. We made that website on Google site, and that interface is very bad.
I completely agree with you. I also don't find Google sites very interesting. But the thing is that whenever you do it based on your own hunch, when you do it based on your intuition, it may be right, it may not be right. So I'm just saying, since you have tools and you have the ability to learn tools quickly, go one step more. Understand your user and then build a solution. Does that make sense? Understand different stakeholders. your friends, your teachers, your administrators, visitors, parents. Collect feedback from everyone, not just your classmates. Yes, makes sense?
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
But very good job. I really like your new website. It is really cool. Very nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir, for your remarkable feedback.
Now let's invite our grade 16, Amrit, Arushi, Hanima, and Archana, who will explore the latest advancements in space technology. Welcome, team.
Good evening to one and all present here. We are going to present the topic what is technology. Our team members are myself, Arshi, Amar, Dachana, and Hanima. Let's move to the topic what is space technology. Space technology is used in outer space. Space technology includes space vehicles such as spacecraft, satellites, including support infrastructure, equipment, and procedures. Common everyday services for terrestrial use such as weather forecasting, remote sensing, silent navigation system, satellite television, and some long-distance communication systems critically rely on space infrastructure. Space technology encompasses the tools and systems developed for space exploration, satellite communication, and Earth observation. It includes spacecraft, launch vehicles, and satellites. Space technology involves the engineering and application of systems designed for space missions. It includes spacecraft, launch vehicles, rovers, and human spaceflight. It integrates various fields such as aerospace engineering, material science, and computer technology to create advanced tools for exploration and communication. Importance of space technology for humanity. Space exploration has led to scientific experiments that can lead to new discoveries and technologies that benefit life on Earth. For example, space exploration has led to improved solar panels and combat water purification. The milestones.
The milestones of space exploration. First man in space. First man in space was Yuri Gagarin in 1961. The spacecraft name was Vostok 1. The flight lasted about 108 minutes. Mars landing. First successful landing into the Mars by Viking program, which includes Viking 1 and Viking 2. Its launch date was on 1976. Space Shuttle. Space Shuttle was an reusable spacecraft, STS-1 Columbia mission. Its launch date was on 1981. Hubble telescope. Hubble telescope is a large space-based observation. Its launch date was on 1990. Rise of SpaceX. SpaceX founded by Elon Musk in 2008. SpaceX Falcon 1 became the first liquid-fueled rocket to reach in orbit. Top 10 space agencies.
Space agencies and their countries. We know that there are many space agencies and it's useful for many purposes. We discovered many things in the space also. Now let's move to the topic. NASA, USA, Roscosmos, Russia, ISRO, India, JAXA, Japan. SpaceX is special because it is handling only one person named Elon Musk. Kansas, China, DLR, Germany, ESA, Europe, Kansas, French. NASA's specialty is NASA sent the first man to the moon named Neil Armstrong. ISRO's specialty is ISRO sent the first female humanoid robot to the space named Vyomitra, and it was a successful mission. And every every space agency has its own specialties. Chandrayaan.
Chandrayaan 1 was the first lunar exploration mission by ISRO. They discovered water molecules on the moon's surface. Chandrayaan 2 was the second lunar exploration by ISRO. They got to identify the South Polar region. Chandrayaan 3 was the third lunar exploration mission by ISRO. They achieved a successful landing into the South Polar region. Chandrayaan has three components: orbiter, lander, and a rover. Space station.
Space stations. The space stations have a double artificial satellite designed for long-term space missions. One of the examples are the ISS. The ISS is a large spacecraft that orbits around the Earth. It serves as a home for astronauts and cosmonauts. It is also a unique science laboratory. Several countries work together to build and use the ISS. The ISS were made of parts that were assembled in the space by astronauts. Next, we are going to watch a video of how life is in the ISS.
Application of Newton's third law in space. There is an equal and opposite reaction. Object A acts a force on object B. The force acting on you sitting in your chair are the examples of Newton's third law. Artificial intelligence in space, benefit of a contribute against climate changing, make quick decisions. In 1998, we started exploring AI to the space. Simone was the first AI sent to the space. Vyamitra, a female humanoid robot that moved to space. Vyamitra can do whatever humans running in Earth. Vyamitra had assets performing tasks and modern life system. Vyamitra is created by ISR, Space Tourism.
Space tourism. Space tourism is the emerging industry where private individuals pay to travel into space. There are two types of space flights, suborbital flights and orbital flights. Suborbital flights are the flights which briefly take passengers through edge of space. Orbital flights such as SpaceX's missions involve fully orbiting the Earth. Cost value of suborbital flights range from $200,000 to $450,000, while orbital flights are very costly and they can cost about tens of millions of dollars. The future will bring lower cost, longer trips, and even space hotels. Reusable spacecrafts.
Reusable spacecrafts. Reusable spacecrafts are designed for multiple term use, course, etc. Some reusable spacecraft name Space Shuttle, Falcon 9, Starship, New Shepard, etc. Benefits of reusable spacecraft: sustainability, cost saving, faster launches. ISRO's upcoming
ISRO's upcoming missions for 2024. They are NISAR mission Gaganyaan 1, Mangalyaan 2, Shukran 1, and OceanSat 3A. NISAR mission is the mission to observe Earth in collaboration with NASA. Gaganyaan 1 is India's first crewed spaceflight. Mangalyaan 2 is the second Mars mission. Shukran 1 is to explore Venus by late 2024. OceanSat 3A is for oceanographic studies. Thank you for watching our presentation. Hope you all enjoyed.
Thank you, team. That was a great one. Now let me invite Binish sir for sharing the remarks.
Hi. So, very well done and a good topic of actually a very futuristic topic. So, what was your motivation in space technology? What made you look into space technology?
Sir, we got the topic. It was really interesting actually. I prayed for the topic space technology because I like space so much. I'm a fan of Elon Musk actually.
What is one thing that Elon has done which has impressed you, in the space side?
The rise of SpaceX. He developed a company named SpaceX. It has reusable spacecrafts. The spacecrafts will launch the satellite into space and they will return into the same platform.
Perfect. Because we were talking about space debris and then lot of all these carrier vehicles being abandoned and out there in the space. Elon has decided to bring it back. So that was groundbreaking. Now, what is the next phase of Elon's expansion? What is his thoughts beyond space station? Do you know what is being looked into?
Sir, I think it's Mars mission.
There you go. So, any one of you have contemplated on life outside Earth? What is it that first thing that comes to you when you are living outside Earth? What do you think will be affecting you? What is the first thought that comes?
Sir, oxygen, water, food, turf.
Okay. Anything else, Archana or Arushi?
oxygen.
Oxygen. So first thing that comes to me is have to go to school. there is no schools in Mars,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And
Yes, sir.
none of these laws in this Earth will apply to Mars. It's going to be a completely,
Yes.
right? No
Yes.
country, everyone will be in the same Mars country, right? So
Yes.
are you looking forward towards space travelers? Do you think you will learn? Because you need not go to an ISRO, or you can build your own space company. That's where technology has taken you right now. So Elon, by nature, he was an engineer, but never a space engineer. So he built and he has designed rockets. So rocket science is no more rocket science now. It's just another science. So, what are your thoughts in say building the future in space technology? What is one thing that you think after your research that you can do, or something that you want to do? You're all muted. Hanima, if you're speaking,
Sir, living in Mars, living on moon.
okay. Living in Mars is one good thing. Yeah, good. So make sure that you have your basics right, because the basics are not going to change, but technology is changing at a very, very breakneck speed. Okay. So keep your basics right. Always keep that research oriented study as your base, which you have actually, your presentation was very much in depth. It had a lot of data. Okay. So keep that mindset always open. And definitely it will be easy for you in the future. So all the best. Over to you, Gayatri, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So very good job, children. Really nice presentation. Good way to good organization. I think all of you have done a very good job. Very impressed with all of your presentations. So for this competition, have you actually built anything? Have you built a prototype?
No, ma'am, sorry.
Okay. So if you had to build a prototype, right? You want to build anything related to space, what would you build? Rocket. You would build a rocket. Okay. Do you think you can build a rocket?
Ma'am, like Mars rover, something like that.
You will build a Mars rover. So maybe in your team, you'll have to sit and discuss together whether you want to build the rocket or the Mars rover. Do you want to build the vehicle or do you want to build the package inside, isn't it? Okay, so let's say you want to build the Mars rover. Do you think you can actually try building it?
Yes.
Do you think they build these things on Earth before they take it to space?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, right? It is quite common sense that they should be building it on Earth, right? So,
Yes.
what do you think they should be taking into consideration if you had to build something like this on Earth? How would it be different than when you're building something for Earth? Earth is a part of space, but still there is a difference between Earth and Moon or Mars. What do you think
Difference
is
of gravity.
gravity? Is that the only difference?
Temperature.
What do you mean by temperature?
Ma'am, climate change. Lifestyle.
Climate change. There is climate change. There's climate change in Mars.
Ma'am, heat.
Heat. So there is atmosphere, right? There is a thick layer of atmosphere on Earth. There may not be such a thick layer of atmosphere in other planets, right? So what do you think you need to take into consideration when you build for other? What would be different? So if I built a rover for Earth, how would that rover be different than I'd build a rover for Mars or for Moon? Atmosphere is there, so what should I do? No, I mean,
Ma'am, a space engine which can hold any temperature.
Okay, so what does that mean? What will you do?
Ma'am, use of any fuels?
You'd use different fuels? What
Yes.
kind of fuel will you use?
Cryogeny?
Cryogenic fuels?
Yes.
But why would you choose that?
What type of fuels?
Ma'am, cryogenic fuel is...
Is that a worry?
Okay, you should think more about it, okay? Like temperature, that was a good thing that you said. You had to think more about it. Why, how would you handle temperature? Right? Then if you see some of these things, they even have, NASA has installations where they use solar based ways to, right? Have you seen that? Right? So why would they do that? Why would they use solar? Right? And they, for particularly for temperature, they use this thing called the heat shields. Right? They have to build that. So when you're building, what you need to look at, how it is a robot that you're building. A Mars rover is a robot, right?
Yes.
But how is it different from a robot that is built on Earth or for Earth? How is that robot different? So those are the things you should be thinking of when you are working on space. You are learning about space. Understand what is it different in that space that is different between Earth and there. What do I need to look at? If I need to use cryogenic fuels, why do I need it? What kind of technology do I need in order to use it? Right? What makes it superior? What are the challenges that I will have in it? So as you learn, try, even if you're not exploring, actually building a prototype, think more about what it will take to build such a prototype. Right? And the more you start thinking about it, the more you will see there are unique challenges that are there only in space technology that is not there on Earth. And that becomes your differentiator. That makes your projects different from a project that the robotics team does. Do you understand? So these kind of thought will help you critical thinking, right? Very important, an important aspect of it. But very good job. I really liked how much you have already thought about it. But I want you to think about differentiators between your work and another work that another team is doing about robots, to be able to defend your argument, to be able to say why you need the technology, what makes it unique or cool and different, right? Good job. Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sorry to interrupt. Gayatri ma'am and Ganesh sir, we are delaying a bit. One more project is there to be completed.
No worries. Continue, please.
No problem.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Now let us move on to the next question. What is the name of the humanoid robot developed by ISRO to assist in space mission? Wow, that's a good question. I hope everyone knows the answer. Best of luck. The time is up. Thank you for your responses.
Last but not least, our grade 5 team, Shivani, Ayush Praveen, and Shreya will present their project on 3D printing, showcasing how this technology can create prototypes and models. Over to you, team. All the best.
You're on mute, or Shivani, I can't hear you.
Okay. Hello, welcome to our presentation, The Magic of 3D Printing. So, let's meet the speakers of this presentation. Okay, myself Shriyanish, Ayush, Pravi, and Shivanius. We are the speakers of this magical word of 3D printing. Okay, now what is a 3D printing process? Ayush, what is a 3D printing process? Yes, a process of making three-dimensional solid objects from a digital file by layering materials. And why is inventor of 3D printing? Yes, it is Chucker. Okay, how 3D printer works? Create a design, use software like Tinkercad, prepare for printing, slice a model or generate, start printing, load material, print layer by layer, finish up, cool down and clean up, enjoy your project. Okay. Types of 3D printing. Types of 3D printing. Ayush, it's not working. 3D design. This is the two designs that we had been printed by the Tinkercad and house and a keychain of friend. Okay, this is that we are working by the 3D printer. This is our 3D printer, FDM, filament deposition modeling. Materials used in 3D printing, plastics, powder, resins, metals, and even food stiff materials.
Am I audible now?
Yes, Shivani.
Okay, can I continue?
Of course.
Okay, let us move to the world first 3D printed bridge is in America, and Kuhn Maxima is helper to build it. And world first 3D printed school is there in Kenya. It is nice technology.
Now I'm here to introduce the applications of 3D printing. The versatility of 3D printing is wide with applications across multiple fields, including healthcare, education, automotive, and more. By offering customization and rapid prototyping and efficient production methods, 3D printing is diving into innovation and changing the way products are designed, produced, and consumed. Healthcare. In healthcare, scientists will be able to use 3D printers to mass produce working in human bones. Education. If kids are learning about diagrams, stones, body parts, we can print it out by the 3D printer and it will be easy to learn. Automotive. These printers use materials suitable for cost-effective prototyping and automotive applications. And do you heard about India's first 3D printed house? Yes, it is in Madras and it hadn't taken 21 days to print. This house had been printed by Twist and Company.
Benefits. Customization. Easily create personalized items tailored to individual needs. We can create our own designs with 3D printer. Speed. Rapidly produce prototypes and products, cutting down development time. If we want to build a house, there is 4 years time. But in 3D printer, we want less time. Innovation encourages creativity and experimentation with new designs and ideas. We can create our own products with 3D printer. Sustainability use less material leading to less waste and a smaller environmental footprint. 3D printer can make the products from waste materials. On-demand production. Manufacture products whenever needed, reducing storage cost. Limitation. High initial cost. 3D printer have big cost, but if we have one, it is easy to build products. Slow production speed. 3D printer have slow speed. Size constraints. If we have small 3D printer, the 3D printer can make small products. Future trends. Advancement in materials. There is advancement in materials. Faster printing speeds. There is faster in speeds. Integration with AI. The AI developed and it is easy to find the ideas. Conclusion. 3D printing is a powerful technology that can change industries and everyday life. In hospital, doctors use 3D printer to build heart, lungs, bones, etc.
I'm going to introduce everyone's favorite baby Groot. He's a Marvel character. He's a younger version of Groot, appearing primarily in the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now let's look at 3D printed Groot. How it will be? Let's look by the video.
We hope that all enjoy this presentation and thank you for all.
Thank you, team. That was a wonderful presentation. Now let's move on to judges' remarks. Gayatri ma'am, may we have your feedbacks?
Good work. Really, at the age of fifth grade, fifth standard, you're already looking at 3D printing and rapid prototyping. These are very good skills to learn when you are so young. So have you tried 3D printing something? Have you actually made your own design? Have you used Tinkercad and designed something?
Sorry,
Ma'am, our 3D printer is not working.
3D printer is not working.
Okay.
Stopper motor is not working and the Y is not working in our school 3D printer.
Okay, no problem. But you can have you explored Tinkercad? Have you tried to use, have you done 3D modeling? Have you built something with the
Yes.
What have you done? What have you built?
A house.
You built
house and a front keychain.
House and a front keychain.
So what you showed there is something you also have done. You built a 3D model of that?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you built a house, how did you determine how the house should be built? Did you take some picture from the web or some model and try to do that? Or do you know what the when you're doing 3D printing, you know what is infill? What is the meaning of how you should build it? You know the density of what the parts that you have to build and all that. Do you know how to do that?
Material.
The material, yeah. No. Meaning certain parts have to be stronger. So it needs to have more infill than other parts. Do you know, like, have you gone into those kind of detail? Okay. So there are some structural things that you need to understand when you're doing 3D printing. Things you need to understand is when I try to 3D print, where will things break? Like, what are the points of failure? What do I need to do to strengthen those points of failure? Those are some things. So even if you are not actually, it is a good thing. You go outside, you make a model, you get it printed from outside and try to see. Right? That is one good skill to learn, because it is a learning that normally comes when you take mechanical engineering and you do what they call it as fracture analysis. You learn what it takes, where things break. But here, because you have a rapid prototyping tool, you can build it, break it, and see what happens. Right? You learn by doing, and you learn by making something. Eh? The other thing I will say is about 3D printing. One critical aspect is about aesthetics, the look. How should you do this design? What is the look and feel of what you need to do? Right? So that is also something, I mean, I would say when you're building something, when you build the front keychain, I want you to tell me what made you build it in that way? What kind of a look you wanted? Why did you choose that look? Why not a different look? There is something called rounded shapes. Do you know what is rounded shapes versus angular shapes? Have you heard of that?
No,
Maybe not.
ma'am.
Okay. Then look more about it. Try to learn more about it. I don't have a 3D printer which is working in school. No problem. Right? There are challenges. That is life. We plan for something else happens, right? But that shouldn't be a deterrent. That shouldn't stop us from learning more. You can become excellent 3D modelers, but when you want to learn more on 3D printing, you need to try it out. You need to maybe talk to your ATL in charge teacher and say, ma'am, can we take some ATL funds and get this thing printed somewhere and then try it out? What works? Does that house actually stand, or does that house is like wobbly fellow that actually doesn't really is not able to take the weight of the structure that is about? So you will learn that you need to have higher amount of infill when you do the bottom layers than on the top layer. You don't want it to be top heavy. You want it to have more stability at the bottom. Similarly, you will learn more about how it should look when you round things versus have very square kind of thing. Aesthetics becomes a very important thing. So there are many things that you can learn even if you have only the software. You try it out and you ask people, do you like this? Do you like this? You understand, right? So explore more. You're very young. Fifth grade is a great age to start learning this and keep on learning. Okay. So maybe next time we meet again, I want you to proudly show me all the different things that you have 3D printed, and you have to tell me, ma'am, I did this and I did this and I did this. That shows your enthusiasm, and that's what I want to see from you. Okay. Over to you, sir.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. So 3D printing, and we saw on video you sitting, or you all of you sitting near to that 3D printer, right?
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So do you remember what materials do you use to feed into it? How does it look? Is it plastic? What material was that? I mean, you might have not printed something, but have you seen into that machine? There was something that you were putting, or in one of your videos, it was clearly shown that they were feeding a wire-like thing. Do you know what it is?
Yeah,
What
it
is
is
it?
a material.
It is what material?
Like plastic, like a
Correct. It's a resin, and there are multiple printers that can take multiple such uh, material, and there are 3D printers who can take food materials, chocolates, and print unimagined kind of say chocolates for you. Do you like chocolates?
yeah.
Think
Yes.
about think about making the first 3D printed chocolate store in Palakkad. How about it? Think about it, right?
So nice.
It will be nice,
And
right?
the opening will
Yes.
be yours, the guest. So,
So we have a plan. We have a business plan, and that's what we want from you. We want you to be innovating because the countries or the big. Have you heard about Ferrari? Ferrari, you know about Ferrari, yeah.
yeah.
Ferrari, somewhere in June or July, they came out with a cooling system which we humans could never have imagined. The level it was designed by AI, and it could only be fabricated by a 3D printer. Think about it. So that is the kind of change that is happening here. That is driving 3D printer, the role of 3D printers in these making of parts that is inconceivable some years back. We would never have thought such a design would even come, because as per all our engineering learnings that we have done, we never came across such a design. Now we are banking on people like you to come out with AI and 3D printers to bring such groundbreaking designs to make a change to this world. Do I have that commitment from you? We have got one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
One our ISR chairman Somadan sir said that in a stage program said that one house or a storage is building for a spaceship or a space, and I think uh, it's not a longer time to build that. I think that is a 3D printed storage. It will be more great.
Exactly, na? Exactly. So it's about building of new designs, and even the 3D printer itself, which can combine multiple materials, use it to be as printers that can print on new materials. So we are waiting for you to come up with new designs and thoughts around this. Definitely, if you start from 5th, by 10th, you will have a very wonderful a working model, which definitely can be innovation that is being driven from Kerala and largely from India. So you have the potential, keep learning, keep researching, and we also have an agreement on the chocolate company that we'll be working together. So looking forward to that. All the best.
Thank you, sir. And we are lucky students for having the feedbacks of the judges.
Yes.
Thank you, judges, for your remarks and inspiring words.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude this remarkable event, we reflect on a day filled with knowledge, inspiration, and incredible achievement. Today was not just an event, but a journey of learning and discovery. We witnessed the brilliant minds of our students, the insightful guidance of our judges, and the unwavering support of everyone involved. Now, I would like to call upon our honorable judge individually. Let me invite Binesh sir for his remarkable feedback.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, because I cannot agree more to what Gayatri ma'am said, that young minds, the way that they are getting trained, the kind of impact that this can create at a very young age. If this is the case, think about in 5 years or 6 years, what kind of level of projects can be expected from the entire set of teams that presented their ideas. So my thought around innovation is, be ready to do something. Always keep your mind open, because earlier we used to say technology was there for 10 years, 20 years. But right now, the technology's lifespan is nothing more than 6 months. In 3 months, you learn, and in the next 3 months, you unlearn and ready to learn again. So in the industry right now, we are going through a cycle known as learn, unlearn, and relearn. That's the kind of uh, way that industry is converging. And definitely, all the topics that mentioned here will need to be considered diligence with due importance. Why? Because I'm not having anything against the normal course and the syllabus that you're having, but unless you train your mind to be abreast with technology, with the changes that is happening. Because if you consider some 10 or 15 years back, the top ranking students were having, say, 80% marks and considered to be first rank. Now we are talking about students having 99.99 and then still they're fighting for the first rank. So you are born, this younger generation is born into the information age. And it is a blessing or it's a burden that you keep learning. And it's that learning spirit, that innovative spirit that's going to take you miles. And as it said, it's miles and miles before you sleep. So you need to be abreast with technology, keep the spirit of innovation, and all the very best to you. And then congrats to the entire team and HowNWhy for conducting such up the students for the future. All the best to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring and incredible remark. Now I would like to invite Gayatri ma'am for her remark.
So children, see, this is a competition, right? In some sense, but I think you're all winners. You are amazing. Okay. At such a young age, to be able to articulate so clearly whatever your ideas are, to be able to come online, to be able to present, to be able to deal with challenges real time, right? When you're in online, nobody can really train you for everything that can go right and go wrong, right? This is amazing exposure. See, I've been in India for the last 11 years now. This is my 11th year in India. Before that, I was 11 years in the US. I've seen children in the US. I'm now seeing children in India, right? And I think that our children are as amazing as any children anywhere in the world, right? It's not like, oh, I am from Palakkad, I am from this place, I am from that place, therefore I do not have. When I was your age, that was true. We never had internet. I couldn't learn a lot of things. I never knew what a 3D printer was ever in my life until I really, became, I'm 50 now. Till maybe last 5-6 years back, I didn't even know about such technologies, right? So you have a wonderful opportunity. You have the internet. You are living in a very connected world. And the biggest challenge that you have is you are the future of India. You have the power in your hands. You have to make the decision to make India the technology leader that India needs to be. Right? India has a very glorious past. India has been on the top. India can still be on the top. Right? But there is a difference. There is a difference between what we are doing with technology still, like for example, in semiconductors, we are not there yet as it is in the US. But I think that within the next 10 years, by the time you become like me, we will change this story. And that's because of students like you who are willing to invest the time and energy in the ATL labs to try and learn these amazing opportunities. So the government of India, your mentors, your school teachers, they're giving you this, but it is up to you to utilize this. And you are the role models for the rest of your school. You are actually coming forward, investing the time and doing this. And I'm telling you, I have seen the other side and you guys are amazing. You are I won't be able to tell. If you were to put this thing on a, and tell me, okay, guess which country the children are from, other than from your accent, okay? Just looking at your projects, I won't be able to tell whether you are from the US or whether you are from India. You are getting there. You are having that ideas. You are able to do this. And this is what you need to do. You need to keep building on it. I keep telling the ATL school students that I work with here, I also live in a place where there are ATL schools in remote communities. And I keep telling them, see, when you learn math in your first class, first standard, you learned 1 + 1 is equal to 2, right? That was your foundation. From that, you keep building on it. One day, you can win the Nobel Prize. That doesn't mean you're learning 1 + 1 = 2 is going to give you the Nobel Prize. But you will not win the Nobel Prize if you don't learn 1 + 1 = 2. Isn't it? So in the same way, you will become amazing technologists in the future. What you need to do is to keep building, whether it is web development, 3D printing, robotics, name it. Keep learning, keep exploring different things. By today, your project may not give you the best innovator award in the world, but I promise you, if you keep working on it, you surely will be the top of the top anywhere in the world. Okay. So good luck to all of you. Whether you win this competition tonight, today, it doesn't really matter. What really matters is have the thirst in you that I really want to be the best of the best. It doesn't matter whether I win or whether I lose or whatever. These results don't really matter. You are all winners. You are absolutely the best. So keep at it, keep learning. Thank you. Thank you again to Ajayji, to Pravita. Really amazing job that you put together. So really hats off to you. Shout out to you for that.
Thank you, ma'am, for your incredible and inspiring remark. Let us invite our Principal Chanda Marakshan sir. Sir, may I have your valuable feedback?
Respected judges of the day, Gayatri ma'am and Dinesh sir, dear participants, parents, mentor Pravita, Mr. Ajay, it was really a wonderful performance by all the teams. First of all, let me take this opportunity to congratulate all the team participated and the role of Pravida for guiding the students to present the things in a very comfortable manner. As ma'am already told, I never expect such a wonderful performance from our kids because all the participant teams answered the questions asked by both the efficient judges in a very confident manner, without any confusion, without any doubts. Whatever it may be the questions, they answered well. That was due to the thorough preparation of the project. Even I really wonder the 5th grade students, Anika presented the things in a very beautiful manner. All the teams presented and the topic was very thoroughly studied, and they whatever the questions asked, it was really amazing performance by all the team members. Hats off you kids. I hope this program is watching by the parents also. Parents, you please motivate them, inspire them to spend little more time to conduct such activities, because this will help in their future life also. Ma'am, Gayatri ma'am and Dinesh sir, you give a wonderful guidance to our kids. Definitely, it will help our kids to improve their performance in coming future endeavors. Thank you so much. Pravida, you did a wonderful work without any, it well organized, well implemented, well executed. Thank you. And the anchors, Nandana and both of you, wonderfully executed the program. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Your support and encouragement mean so much to everyone involved. Next, I would like to call upon Advocate Sini Manish, mother of Hanima, who presented on space technology. Sini ma'am, please share your thoughts.
Actually, good evening, everybody. I didn't expect this much from the kids, but they were doing. I was seeing them doing the project, but I didn't never enter into that one. I have never helped her for anything, but it was really each and every children were doing good, and Pravida madam has helped a lot. And Actually, the thinking is entirely changed a lot. They knew how to handle everything. Everybody were perfect in their topics, and they don't have any confusion and nothing. And they were worked out in that one. That's the main thing, I think so. All has done very good, and Gayatri Madam has supported them. They have given them so many motivation things to them to in their future. Really, it was an excellent work by the kids. And I really appreciate each and every person who worked on this background. It's really a wonderful one. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Sini ma'am. Your words of encouragement are so important for our participants. Now let's invite Sushapi Menon, Vice Principal, SN College, Mother of Amrit, to share her feedback.
Hi all. Actually, it was really a great opportunity. First of all, I should appreciate and thank the whole team of Vyasa Vidyapeetham and the HowNWhy team. Actually, I never expected such a kind of exposure from the such young emerging students. I never expected actually because I was so so shocked. Because they were doing in such a way that even we cannot do that in this age. That is what really surprising for me. The topics given were so interesting that they were digging to the root actually. And I have to say, from the bottom of my heart, I have to say that principal and the whole team, especially Pravita ma'am, the way she treated the kids and the way she gave motivation to them was really, really unexpected for me because even my kid, he was presenting the space technology, but he was also searching each and everything in the short period. He was searching almost everything. So thank you all the team and Vyasa Vidyapeetham school also for giving such an opportunity, and the judges also. Thank you so much because the way you also gave the motivation and the feedback was really, really interesting and really motivating for them. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Susha ma'am. Your support and perspective are invaluable to our community. Finally, let's hear from one of our students, Kailash. Please share your experience on today's event.
Honorable mentors, respected judges, and my fellow participants, I would like to share my feedbacks on this wonderful journey of HBT 24. First of all, a big thank you to Vyasa Vidyapeetham for organizing this event and giving us the opportunity to participate. The competition was well planned and it gave us a platform to learn, improve, and showcase our abilities. I would like to thank our mentors for how and why for your guidance has been incredibly valuable. Your support, the way you groomed us through the process helped us face every challenge with confidence. Lastly, I want to appreciate my fellow participants for their teamwork and enthusiasm, which made this experience even more enriching. Overall, HPT 24 has been a great learning experience, and I am thankful for the opportunity to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kailash. Your reflections remind us of incredible talent and dedication within our student body. Now, Pravita ma'am, may we hear from you?
Good evening, and thank you for inviting me and giving an opportunity to speak out. So it's just been 4 months I'm there at Vyasa Vidyapeetham from HowNWhy. Here, as we conclude this HPT, I can confidently say that each participant who have participated here is a winner. Their passion, creativity, and dedication is the result that we saw now. And all of you are inspiring for all our students. I'm sure this experience has been an amazing experience for you. Then I would like to take this moment to thank our judges for joining us today and giving us an enlightening words to students. Thank you, Gayatri ma'am and Dinesh sir. Then I would also thank our school management for their unwavering support, the teachers for their encouragement. Our students have missed some classes. I'm so sorry for that. Then parents, without you, this could not have been happened. And for being the backbone of student success. Most importantly, to every student here, thank you for your enthusiasm and hard work. It's your energy and commitment we have made this event a great success. Then, to share my experience while thinking or reflecting of the initial days of HPT, I remember how difficult it was for some of you to join online and get started. There were many challenges from technical issues to adjusting to virtual format, but the efforts and persistence of each one of you has brought us to this proud moment today. Together, we have accomplished something truly special. And thank you all for making this an unforgettable experience. And let's continue pushing boundaries together, striving for excellence. Thank you all. That's it. I would also like to thank our anchors, like they were informed us 3 days before, and they have prepared this much well. And sorry if I've left out someone. Thank you, Ajay sir, for providing me this opportunity. Thank you to all the mentors who have supported me, like Rishi sir, Leo, then Arjun sir, Abhijit sir, Jeffrey sir, Manjula ma'am. All of them have joined.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, kudos to all the participants. You have truly amazed us with your innovative ideas and presentations. Your dedication and creativity shine brightly, and we look forward to seeing what you will accomplish in the future. For all the participants, the results will be announced later within 2 to 3 days after evaluating the judges' reports and consolidating it.
We extend our heartfelt gratitude to the school management, teachers, and all our well wishers for their support and making this event a resounding success. Your encouragement and assistance has been invaluable. Until next time, we wish you all the very best. Keep dreaming, keep innovating, and keep making a difference. We look forward to see you in the next meeting. Have a great evening. Thank you.